So hi, everyone. Good to be here. It's a little bit difficult to be on the stage after Yoni. He's such a rock star. So I'll try to be as good as possible and try to keep you awake and not bored too much. I know I want to start with a thank you because this is lunchtime and I actually see quite a few faces in here. So thank you for not going to lunch. I appreciate it. And I'm sure that probably a lot of you are thinking to yourselves, not another payments company. Well, we're not exactly a payments company. We're a payment optimization platform. And it's a very different concept. So I'm going to talk about that, going to give you an idea about what it means to create more efficiency in the world of payments. But first and foremost, a little bit background information about the company. So we've been around for about 5.5 years. We have over 80 employees worldwide. As you can see on the slide, we have 4 offices around the world in San Francisco, London, and yes, one in Berlin, and R&D center in Israel. To date, we have over 40,000 merchants working with our solution, and in a second you'll know why. And we are VC-backed. To date, we raised a total of $40 million. Our last round was $24 million, led by Target Ventures, who's also participating in the conference. So very good investors, good backings, and now it's time to accelerate. So just to give you an idea about the type of customers who are using our platform, a lot of them are very global names, well-known brands. So obviously, I don't think Burberry needs any introduction. It's a very well-known luxury brand. Second one, and I'm not going to go through all 40,000 customers of ours. Don't worry. This is not going to be the presentation. So Get Taxi, or Get as it's known today, is also one of our customers. I think a lot of you guys know about Get from the recent announcements of the funding, $300 million, very impressive company. And so basically, why is there room for a payment optimization platform like Zooz? Let's look for a second at the opportunity. What does it mean to do cross-border? Cross-border means that I want, as a company, to sell not only in my domestic market, but also overseas. I want to sell to other consumers. If I'm an American company, I may want to sell in Europe or maybe in Asia or South America. Research recently conducted by a research firm, says that the potential for cross-border commerce will reach $1 trillion in 2020. That's a lot of money. The only problem is payments that should be a facilitator for this commerce, for this growth, for this amazing opportunity, cannot really keep up. The payments are very inefficient when it comes to cross-border commerce, and there's a lot of deficiencies. A lot of the payment providers out there today are very domestic. It means that if you're an American company trying to sell overseas, and you're working with an American bank, most chances are that your Chinese consumers' credit cards will be declined by that bank. Plus, you're going to pay very high cross-border fees, currency conversion fees. That can amount to up to 3% additional fees on every transaction. Now, if I'm a retailer and I make only 8% margin on the sales, 3% is a lot of money. So there's a lot of inefficiencies in the world of cross-border commerce. But one of the worst things is people don't even know about it. So merchants usually just get a statement in the end of the month from the payment providers, and they have no idea how many declines did I have, how many issues did I have, how many customers left my shopping cart, and so forth. So our vision is not to become a payments company, as I said it before. Our vision is to bridge the gap, and this is why we're using this dramatic bridge image, is simply because we want to bridge the gap. Merchants and payment providers exist. We want to create more efficiency, sort of more flexibility even, and basically help our merchants increase their bottom lines. How do we do that? And again, this is a very dramatic picture of the world. So what we are is a data-driven payments operating system. Merchants of global scale connect to us, and through our platform are able to connect to a lot of different payment providers from around the world. But that's not where it ends. We also help them to configure, manage, and most importantly, optimize their payments. So this is basically what it looks like. So a merchant would connect to a single API. Very easy integration, usually takes a few hours, not much more than that. And as you see on the green side is basically the payment providers from around the world. So we enable them the connectivity. But the difference is we analyze in real time each and every transaction. We try to analyze and try to understand what are the different parameters for that transaction. Trying to understand whether that transaction will be declined or not declined. What are the fees that are going to be charged by different payment providers for that specific transaction? So our analytics engine analyzes. Our smart routing mechanism will route the transaction, as I said, in real time. Everything happens in real time without you as a consumer even knowing in the back end that we're doing that. And we will send it to the most appropriate bank for that transaction, meaning that we're able to reduce the decline rates and reduce the fees for every transaction. We do also offer the ability to store the credit cards with us. Not a lot of merchants today want to store credit cards. I can understand that. And we offer a lot of different modules where it's also fraud prevention engines and all that, everything through that single API. So the features of our system is you get the connectivity. So you're able to connect through one platform to a lot of different modules, whether it's payment-related, fraud-related, and so forth. And also the optimization. Again, I cannot emphasize it enough because a lot of the merchants that we work with never had an idea that their payments are so inefficient. And a lot of merchants also tell us that we basically act as some sort of an abstraction layer, meaning that they don't even have to handle payments anymore. They don't really care about payments anymore. We cover all of that for them. And this is, again, another very impressive slide with a lot of connections. But what I really want to emphasize is that it's not just about credit cards. It's not just about making this more efficient on a credit card level. But if you want to sell in countries like China, you have to work with Alipay. If you want to sell in Russia, you have to offer your consumers the ability to pay with Kiwi or Yandex or any other payment method. Of course, Apple Pay, Android Pay is definitely very much required by the different merchants that we work with. So to summarize, basically the benefits of Zooz is we want to help you drive business performance using our platform. Again, leveraging data in order to improve your performance. And this is exactly what we do on a daily basis with a lot of merchants on a global scale. Thanks to us, they reduce their costs. Thanks to us, they increase their conversion rates. Now, think about it. If you increase your conversion rate by 1%, that means I increase your revenues by 1%. So if a company like Waves increases their conversion rates by 11%, you can imagine what it does to their bottom lines. So there's a lot of inefficiency that was in the payments world, and we're definitely helping to improve that. So that's Zooz. Thank you very much.